Oceans of love and namaste to a beautiful, beautiful, spiritually minded, empathic light worker, leader, teacher in our world. Are you wondering if it's worth it to go to an event that might be out of your comfort zone? It might be some sort of kind of healing conference where you could set up a booth, or some sort of festival where you could come and present and market your services. I'd like to share some thoughts on this with you today that I hope help you to really ground in with whatever the best, most aligned decision for you is that will lead to your own greatest success and being of service to the greatest number of souls. My name is Arielle Hecht, and I am the co-founder of Awakened Academy's Spiritual Life Coach Certification. I've been helping spiritually minded, empathic souls become life coaches, become authors and teachers for over a decade now. Having worked with a number of souls like you, I've consistently found that although there can certainly be some benefit, and you meet some people and you do some networking in these events, I've noticed that this type of atmosphere and context doesn't tend to lead to you connecting with the right clients, with your ideal clients. And in worst case scenarios, I've noticed it can end up being very overwhelming for people. There can be a lot of energy there. There are a lot of other practitioners and modalities, a lot of people coming in who probably aren't aligned with what you have to offer. And so that can be a lot to navigate. What's better ultimately and more ideal is for you to really hone in and get really clear about who the souls are you're here to serve, and tune in with, well, where are they? Do those people go to these events? Do these people, are they on a certain social media channel? And I'll give you an example of a beautiful student of ours who really aligned with and called in her ideal client to her. So it's like there's a difference between going out to find them and staying in and really being a magnet for your ideal clients to find you. And also being clear about where they'll find you and making sure you have content, you have your presence, where it needs to be. So this one lovely client of ours, she had the intention to work with a woman who has plenty of money in her life, plenty of success in her work career. However, she feels stressed. She feels out of alignment with herself. She doesn't feel in touch with her heart. She doesn't feel happy. She doesn't feel connected to a higher power. So our student was really clear about who this woman was. She wrote out in detail everything she could think of about this woman. She wrote out the coaching package she would like to offer her, the pricing, and she set that price nice and high for a high-paying client. And this particular student, she's quite active on Instagram, and I believe she must have put out a post, on Instagram about this offering. And literally, she told us that within 24 hours, this exact woman who she described on paper found her, signed up to work with her that day, and left her a $444 tip for their intro session. So that's an example of less energy expenditure on your part and much greater result. There's a spiritual slogan, less expenditure, more splendor, right? You want to make yourself available in the spaces that your ideal clients are in a way that feels aligned for you, rather than going into a space where you might feel overextended and drained and perhaps not align with the right people.
So one easy thing you can do is simply to get a piece of paper and a pen And take a moment to really breathe in deep and visualize who is your ideal client. Who would you love to work with? And just write down whatever comes to mind. Like our student we're telling you about, she wrote down in great detail this person on a piece of paper. We've been telling her to do this actually for a long time, and she just had kind of put it off. And once she finally did it, then all sorts of miracles and wonders happened. It makes such a big difference when you know extremely clearly who you're here to help and what you can do to help them. So very simple thing is just write it all down, and then you just hold that vision. Just hold the vision. Imagine that this person or these people, perfect person for you to work with, has come into your field, into your work. They're grateful, they're happy, they're inspired, they're paying you really well. And it's just a beautiful experience, and you see them transforming their life, and you get to have that satisfaction that you're really making a difference in the world.
So you want to tune in with, where are these people? Where are these souls who you're here to serve? And to align yourself with being present in those spaces, whether physical or online. That's going to be the best use of your energy, rather than going into a space where there's a whole mix of all types of people. And as someone who's sensitive, as someone who's empathic, that can really just end up being too much, end up being draining, and even discourage you. And we certainly don't want that. So, if you loved this video, please subscribe, share it with our divine family of other light workers, healers, coaches, teachers, leaders. We all are in this together, and we need each other in this time of this great awakening. And subscribe if you haven't already. It is an honor to connect with you. Thank you for your courage, for your light, for your strength. And may every blessing be upon you and your sacred work in our world. Thank you.